Hi guys, so I'm here today to expand on a topic that I discussed previously. And in that I think I called the video something like, I just published my first book, what do I do now? And this is because I got asked that question a lot, and actually I'm going to have it right below this video, hopefully, if I remember. I'll remember. Anyways, and I discussed in it, different things you could do. Social media, maybe have a newsletter, write a blog, whatever. Actually, I think I forgot to mention blog. I didn't have notes then. I have notes today. I'll probably still forget stuff though. Today, however, I'm going to expand on the social media one. And I'm not going to go through all the social media accounts you can get and whatever. I mean, I'm not an expert in social media. However, I do know a little bit, and I will tell you kind of some of the things I do. Now, again, that doesn't mean that they're the best way to do things. It's just sort of some ideas. You can come up with your own, of course, and, these are just off the top of my head. So, okay, for example, social media. One of the things I do, especially in Twitter and Facebook, Twitter more so, I'm on there very frequently. I actually have stuff scheduled ahead for Twitter because it's very time consuming. It's just easier to do a whole bunch of schedule a whole bunch at once, and I do that through Buffer. Now there's other ones you can use. I've used different ones. I think this one I like the best. This is the only one I've used personally. I've used others for work reasons, and I like them too for those particular situations. For me, what I need, Buffer works really well. And I'm not promoting them. I don't have a contract or anything crazy like that to endorse them. That's just the one I like. And, how I go about it. Okay, so you can just have, and I've seen people just, here's my new book, check it out. Or, I just published this, check it out. Or buy my book. But a little too much, and it doesn't really grab people, to be honest. Sometimes it might. I'm not saying it never will, but you don't want to be too aggressive. You just kind of want to give people an idea of what your book is about. So what I find personally works quite well is to have a picture of your book and have a quote from the book. Something that gives them an idea of the characters involved, the storyline, sort of the vibe of the book. My last few books have had a character, George Hernandez. He says some pretty radical things. He's pretty abrupt. He can be very blunt. And so there's some quotes that he has made that I think are awesome. I think they're funny. I think they stand out. I think they kind of explain his character, kind of give you an idea what the book's about, a sense of it. So that's what I do. I have maybe quotes that he has said, or other characters too. And, there's times I've been criticized for that, where people thought they were too harsh or whatever, but you know what? That's my book. It's pretty harsh at times. So I'm giving a very realistic expectation, or creating a realistic expectation. I can't talk. Expectation for those who want to read it. Now, that's one way to go about it. You could also have like a portion of a review somebody made, because then that's somebody else's opinion. It will also give people an idea of what kind of book it is. You can have portions from the back cover, maybe a few lines from the book, maybe the first few lines, last few lines, that kind of thing. Maybe describing the character. This is my character. He is very this, this, and this. I've done that, or like maybe kind of a short little blurbs, like if you like this, this, and this, it's in my book. Or, like for example, again, Devil Named Hernandez, my last book, crime. There's crime. There's, if you're interested in politics, it's in here. There's talk about weed. It takes place in Toronto, whatever. Whatever I think might capture people, might capture my specific audience for that kind of book. That's just me. Now, you might think of something way better. It depends on the kind of book you're doing, what you might say, or how you might go about it. And I'm always thinking of new ideas too. So, again, it's up to you. Those are just some off the top of my head that I do. I do that mostly in Twitter. I sometimes do it in Facebook. Not as much, though. What else? for that, that's pretty much all I had to say. You know, again, it depends on the kind of book. You know, if you have a nonfiction book, for example, you might make references, or you might write an article that relates to what's in your book. So if I wrote a book, say, about weight loss, I might write an article about, I don't know, certain kinds of food that are better for burning fat. I don't know. I mean, I don't know anything about this. I'm just saying, you have to kind of look into what you're doing and try to connect somehow in social media and find that audience as well. Find the people who like that kind of thing. You know, try to follow those kind of people, or maybe just kind of see what other people do as well that have a similar kind of book as you do. What do you like? What catches your attention? Because if it catches your attention, it's probably going to catch other people's attention too. Anyway, so that's that. So, of course, you can do Instagram. Instagram I'm not great at. Take a picture of you with your book. Take a picture of your book wherever. Maybe take a picture of a review from your book. Yeah, I mean, there's just different things like that. I'm trying to think. Instagram's a little tricky for me for what I do. Now, it might just depend on, you know, again, if you do nonfiction, you probably could find more creative ways to work with Instagram. In fact, most people probably would anyway. That's just what I do. Take pictures of my books, different places, reviews, things, maybe a picture of something. I once took a picture of this devil behind me. See this devil behind? Oh, shoot. Can you see it? No, you're not seeing it. I have this pointed the wrong. There's the devil. I once did a picture for Instagram with him, because I have a book called The Devil Named Hernandez, so I thought it may be appropriate. You know, things like that. It really depends what you're doing. I'm not great with Instagram, I'm not gonna lie. What else? You can write a blog, talking about your characters, your books, what your process is. If you haven't wrote a book yet, I've seen people who are just starting out, maybe going through the process, walking people through your journey, how you started writing, you know, how you go about it, how you're finding it, how you find the process, dealing with people in the publishing world and bookstores or whatever. How you want to do it, it's totally up to you. Just a thought. I do these videos, that would be another thing. Not saying that, you know, I have a huge audience, but you don't know who's going to see what video and what's going to stand out to them. So it doesn't hurt, right? It doesn't hurt. It is a little time consuming, but it doesn't hurt. Goodreads. I don't do a lot with Goodreads. I put my books on there. I share the books I read. Other people, I think they create events, and there's different things you can do. Have book giveaways. That's an option. I don't do a lot with Goodreads for no particular reason. I just don't. I probably should. That seems like an ideal place to be if you're a writer and trying to get your books out there. I think that's pretty much all I had to talk about today. Again, that's just off the top of my head. I wrote a few quick notes this morning before I started to create this video. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me. I'm going to do some more videos about how to get your writing out there in the publishing industry in general, I guess. Don't pretend to be an expert, but I do try to help when I can. Anyway, I hope that helps. Everyone have a great day, and I will check in with you again soon. Bye-bye.